Alrighty, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Kansas Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to give our attendees a few seconds to stroll in. And in that time, I'm just going to go over a few housekeeping announcements before we do get started. As attendees, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So the only way that you can get your questions asked and answered is through that Q&A button. And just know that you can ask your questions at any time. It doesn't need to be when they're presenting, it could be at any time. And lastly, this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website that you registered. So without any further ado, I would like to turn it over to our presenters, starting first with Florida Southern University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anna, and I am the undergraduate admissions counselor for the Midwest and Great Plains states here at Florida Southern College. Just to get started with some basic information about Florida Southern, we are located right in between Tampa and Orlando. We're about an hour in between both cities, an hour and a half in between both coasts. So we're a pretty sweet spot to be in Florida. We do have about 3,000 total students on campus, 60% of which are from the state of Florida, and 40% of our students are from out of state, representing nearly all 50 states and 50 foreign countries as well. We're also founded in 1883, which actually makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. And we're also a National Historic Landmark for having the largest single site collection of Frank Lloyd Wright structures. So it's all something that we're very, very proud about at our Florida Southern campus. In terms of academics, we do offer over 70 programs of study, including 16 pre-professional programs. We also have several different master's and doctoral levels and some accelerated options for you to take advantage of as well. Our most popular majors are marine biology and biology, the fine arts programs like dance, theater, and musical theater. Our communications program is really popular, as well as our business degrees and education as well. We are a liberal arts college at our core, so you're going to be getting a well-rounded degree regardless of what you do major in. We also are really big and emphasize engaged and experiential learning. So we try to immerse our students in their fields as soon as possible. And basically this just means that we believe in the power of learning by doing. And we're able to offer this engaged learning experience in part because of our small class sizes. So with 3,000 students on campus, we do have an average class size of 18 and a student to faculty ratio of 14:1. Your professors also are the only people teaching classes, so you're never going to be taught by graduate assistants or teaching assistants. And this is just to ensure that you're learning from experts in your field at all times. We also have these 3 guarantees as an extension of our engaged learning experience. So we do guarantee that you'll study abroad, participate in internships, and graduate in 4 years or less. So that first guarantee is this travel study option, and we guarantee this through a program called the Junior Journey, which is a 7 to 10 day trip at either of the breaks that you have on campus. You do go with a professor, so there is an academic component to it, but you also get to do some fun things on the side. And the best part about these trips is that they are at little to no additional cost to our students. Because they don't take any time out of your class schedule, you are also able to go on a trip that's outside of your major. And we do have both international and domestic trip options as well. That internship guarantee is more important now than ever because 95% of employers are looking for new hires with experience. And an internship can be a really great way to make you a competitive applicant in that workforce. We do allow students to do internships during the school year locally, or we do also allow students to go back home or farther away if you want to do an internship over the school breaks as well. And then that final guarantee is to graduate in 4 years or less. Kind of sounds self-explanatory because a 4-year major should take 4 years to complete, but that isn't necessarily the case. It is taking students 5 to 6 years to graduate with their bachelor's degree on average, and it's not a burden that we want to put on our students if we don't have to. So we're able to guarantee this kind of graduation because of our advising system. Your professors also act as your academic advisors, so you know them very well in class and outside of class, and you also meet with them several times per year to ensure that you are staying on track. We also are very accepting of transfer credits and any kind of advanced credit like AP, IB, dual enrollment. So you could potentially come to Florida Southern with some college credits under your belt. In terms of outcomes, 97% of our students are employed, our graduates are employed or attending graduate school within a year after graduation. And those logos at the bottom of the slide are just a few examples of some institutions and employers our students have joined after graduation. I do also want to highlight Florida Southern's campus community because it's something that we do pride ourselves on. We actually do require students to live on campus for all 4 years unless you live within a 30-mile radius of a campus with a parent or legal guardian. But this is something that our students love because it does create some kind of community aspect of campus. We do have dorm options, but we also have apartment complexes that are located off campus as well. Also on campus, we have NCAA Division II sports, and we are the Florida Southern Moccasins, which is the snake, not the shoe, and 30 national championships among those sports. We also have 5 club sports and tons of different intramural options as well. We also have 100 student clubs and organizations on campus, including honor societies for the different programs, Greek life, campus ministries, and special interest clubs like our CAT club. Basically, there are a ton of ways to get involved, connect with students, and show your school spirit on campus too. Now it's time to talk about how to officially become a Florida Southern Mock, especially after I detailed all these really fun things we have on campus. So first and foremost, it's 100% totally free to apply regardless of how you do so. And we are available on our Florida Southern website, Common Application, and Coalition. In addition to your application, we need your high school transcripts complete through your junior year, a letter of recommendation, and a personal essay, and we are test optional. And all of our students are considered for academic-based scholarship. We're also aid stacking and can take the FAFSA, which just opened on October 1st as well. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Great, thank you so much. So now I'm going to share my screen and we will move on to Oklahoma City University.
Hello everyone, let me get my shared screen started. Okay, so like he said, my name is Karen Babb. I am with Oklahoma City University. I mainly have Kansas, Midwesterner states. I have a few local high schools here in Oklahoma City as well. So a little bit about Oklahoma City University as far as size goes. We have about 1,600 undergraduate students here on campus. The rest is graduate PhD students, so a total population of 3,000 students. What you're gonna see every day is about 425 of your incoming freshman class size. So what that means for you is that your class sizes are going to be pretty small. We have about a 17-to-1 faculty to student interaction. We are also a private university and we are affiliated with United Methodist Church. So a little bit more about our academics. All of our classes are taught by professor. No classes are taught by graduate assistants. This is really important when you're trying to go out for your internship, your job. Your professors are going to know who you are, be able to give you great recommendations, connect you with local industries. So we consider ourselves Oklahoma City's university just because we're truly located right here in the city. Distance-wise, we're about 4 hours away from Kansas City, 2 hours away from Wichita. So we're very accessible to Kansas students. We are the 25th largest city in the country. So we're really proud of getting that statistic up there. Some fun things about Oklahoma City is the Thunder. We have a downtown river walk, river rapids adventure. So there's so much fun things to do in Oklahoma City. So campus wouldn't be anything without student life. We have a bunch of traditions and involvement. Coming up at the end of this month is homecoming. So we're still gonna put on a virtual homecoming this year that they've been working really hard on. We have a miracle marathon, lip sync battle, just so many fun things to do on campus to immerse yourself. We're also in the NAIA division in the Sooner Athletic Conference. We compete in 22 sports. We have consistently won a championship in at least one sport since we've been in the NAIA division. So we are very competitive in our sports. So moving on to our campus academic side of things. First, I want to highlight our Petrie College of Arts and Sciences. This is a lot of information, I know, but a few things that I want to highlight is our philosophy, political science, and economics degree. This is a degree for students wanting to go into law school. It basically cuts off a year of your education to transfer from OCU to our OCU Law School. Another great thing, we have a partnership with Washington University in St. Louis to do a pre-engineering program here and then complete your engineering degree at Washington University in 5 years and graduate with 2 degrees. So that's pretty cool. We have a new esports management degree and we partner with our esports team. We're actually building an esports arena right now for the competitive esports teams. Our next school, Minder School of Business. The School of Business students work on Bloomberg computers, so you'll be Bloomberg certified when you graduate. Just a great thing to add onto your resume. Our Kramer School of Nursing, students can get anything from a bachelor's all the way up to their PhD here on campus. And we also have a phenomenal honors program. So moving on to our performing arts side, both the Ann Lacey School of American Dance and Entertainment and the Wanda Elbass School of Music are consistently in the top 10 programs in the nation. One of our most notable alumni, Kristen Chenoweth, is actually our current artist in residence. So she's giving students just virtual lessons right now. So we're excited about that. And then our School of Theater is also a really great school. We have over all of our undergraduate performances. We have the most undergraduate performances out of any college in the nation. We also have really great pre-professional programs. This is great when you want to go into medical school, pharmacy school. We just have a great pathway to help you succeed in that, as well as a lot of minors. There's so much information on here, but minors and pre-professional program certificates are just really great way to enhance your education. So how do you get into OCU? So you can see here, complete application. We take both our application and the Common App, high school counselor recommendation form, official test scores if you want to be considered for scholarships. You can keep going on and on, but I'll go a little bit about our costs and scholarship. So with the cost, this is going to be your total cost. It looks intimidating, but with scholarships, it only goes down from there. So scholarships start at that 22 ACT and a 3.0 GPA. So you find your ACT, find your GPA, and you would be qualified for both academic and departmental. But we also have talent scholarships for our dance, music, and theater students based off of their audition. So a little bit about our virtual events this week. You can see we have a few more coming up. I put a link in there if you're able to copy and paste that link for our virtual events happening throughout the entire semester. But it looks like I'm almost out of time. So thank you so much. Please drop questions in the chat box for me.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm having a little technical difficulty on my side of things, so I'm just going to announce the next university, which is Fringe University.
All right, hello everyone. Let me bring up my screen here. There we go. So yeah, I am from Fringe University, which is located here in Wichita, Kansas. This is actually a picture here of our campus. It's located right in the heart of Wichita. You can see downtown there, the skyline right behind our university. So yeah, just a little bit of a snippet there of our university. Our next slide here. There we go. A little bit about who we are. So we have about 800 undergraduate students on our campus. We also do have some master's programs and adult undergraduate, which do a lot of night and online classes. So the total enrollment of Friends is closer to 2,000, but about 800 undergraduates. We are a non-denominational Christian university, which means we do have some requirements with the faith religion aspect of our university, but a lot of it is really what you want to make of it. So if you're excited and want to go to a faith-based university, you can find a ton of opportunities here. If that's something that's not as important to you, again, you can just knock out those basic requirements and then you're pretty much good as far as the faith aspect goes. So our average, I guess, classroom size is about 10 students. We do have some of our biggest classes have about 30 to 40, and some are even in the single digits, but an average is probably about 10 to 15 students there. Some programs that we offer. So we do have over 60 different programs of study. I just listed a handful here on the screen. So these are some of our either most popular or kind of unique programs. A couple I just want to highlight. We do have a zoo science program, which is really unique. There's only a handful of them in the entire country. We partner with the Sedgwick County Zoo right here in Wichita. So a lot of those classes are going to be taught at the zoo, very hands-on learning. So if anyone is looking at wanting to become a zookeeper, we also have conservation science as well that goes really well with zoo science if you wanted to major or minor in that. We do have a ballet program here, which is also really unique for the Midwest. It's ballet. We've also opened it up to dance too. So even if you're not specifically ballet, but you like contemporary jazz, things like that, we have it opened up now to more of a dance instead of strictly just ballet. A couple of our newer programs are cybersecurity, as well as mechanical engineering. And if you have any other majors that you're interested that we offer that aren't listed there, just write it in the chat and we can get that answered for you. A little bit about housing. So all of our freshmen are required to live on campus for their first year, and then after that, their sophomore through senior year. If they want to live off campus, they can, but we do have upperclassmen housing as well. Our freshman housing is called Green Hall. It's very new. It's actually in that picture right behind those two students there. It's about 10 years old, so it's still very new. It's actually been ranked 23rd in the nation as far as student satisfaction goes. So it's really nice. Students like living there. It's a very apartment style, very modern. And then they host a lot of great events too, especially in Green Hall for freshmen, just because everyone is wanting to get to know people, wanting to mingle a little bit. So the freshman housing, their Green Hall is a lot of fun. Again, upperclassmen housing, we do have that as well, a very much apartment style, either a single or a double room. The freshman housing has it has one roommate for you, and then you can have up to 5 suite mates. So it's a lot larger living situation there. But then again, as you move to upperclassmen, it gets a little bit smaller if you want to live by yourself or maybe with a single roommate. We do offer, every student that gets to Friends actually does receive an academic scholarship, which is really great. You can kind of see here, look at what your GPA is, and you can see which scholarship that you will receive. There's no separate application for it. Just once we receive your transcript and your application, we'll automatically award you with whichever scholarship reflects your GPA. And as of right now too, we used to require ACT, but because of COVID and all the craziness going on there, we're no longer requiring it. So this year we are waiving it. If you did get an opportunity to take it and you're happy with your score, definitely still send it. It's not going to hurt you. If anything, it might help you even get a better one. So, but again, we're not requiring that. And this, the amount, that $5,000 to $12,000, that is per year too. That's not a spread over 4 years. That is a per year scholarship that you will keep each year that you're at Friends. A couple other scholarships too. So again, everyone gets academic, and a lot of our students are getting either performance in athletic or in fine arts. So we have about 17 different sports. So again, in the chat, if you're curious about if we have a certain sport, go ahead and ask that in the chat there. We'll get that answered for you. But we do have lots of sports. So that's great. You can get scholarships there. We also have a lot of fine arts too. So fine arts is considered vocal music, instrumental music, art, dance, as I mentioned before, theater, musical theater, anything along those lines. And again, if you have a question about fine arts, just ask it in the chat. We'll get that answered there too. So those also give scholarships. And let's say you're someone that does both. You play a sport and you're also fine arts talented there. You can also double dip and get both of those scholarships as well as your academic scholarship. A few institutional scholarships we wanted to mention too. These are a lot, not going to be as big of scholarships, but again, every little bit helps in college, as we all know. So legacy means if you had a parent that attended Friends. Ministerial means you have a parent who's a full-time pastor or missionary. Church match means that your church is going to give you a scholarship. We will match their contribution up to $500. Midwest Exchange is for students in a select amount of Midwest states. If they come to Friends, there can be a 10% tuition reduction there. So again, ask in the chat if you're from a Midwest state outside of Kansas. I'm not sure if we have any at all, but if you are, just write it in the chat there. We also have Young Life and Summit Ministries that we have some partnerships with. And the last thing I want to mention is financial aid. Definitely, if you're interested in Friends, do your FAFSA. It's really important to get some grants and loans there. And there's the contact information there. Reach out to financial aid and speak to them about some more options there. And that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. So now that we're done there, we're going to move on to our next presenters from Manhattan Christian College.
Thank you. What are your dreams? Are your dreams God's dreams? In Manhattan Christian College, we want to help you chase the dreams that God has for your life. Manhattan Christian College is a small 4-year private Christian college located in Manhattan, Kansas, right across the street from Kansas State University. And we love being in Manhattan, being in one of the best college towns in the country. You'll see that there are surveys that are put out like every year or so, and Manhattan is continually voted as one of the best college towns in the nation. Manhattan Christian College exists to educate, equip, and enrich Christian leaders. And so what that means for us is we want to equip you to be a Christian leader regardless of what you choose to do for a career. So let's parse that out. Educate, equip, and enrich Christian leaders. Educate means your mind. So whatever field that you're going to go into, you're going to have a comprehensive knowledge of that subject if you want to be successful. And so MCC will help you to do that. We'll educate you. Equip means that we want to equip you to make a difference wherever you are, in your community, in your family, wherever you're at. We want you to be making a difference where you go. And enrich means that we care about your soul and your mental health. We're all living in a COVID world right now, and things are stressful, and life, there's a lot of anxiety and worry that comes up with that. And we want to support you and make sure that you can be the best version of yourself. And if you're struggling and you're going through some hard things, we want to put our arm around you and help you through the hard stuff. At MCC, we specialize in training ministers, in training preachers and youth pastors and missionaries and counselors, nonprofit professionals. We can train you up for any type of ministry that you're passionate about. We love the church, we're passionate about the church, and we train up Christian church leaders. And so maybe you're here though, and you're watching this and you're thinking, well, I'm passionate about the church, I'm involved in my youth group, but I'm not so sure that I want to work in a church someday. Hey, that's okay. We've got a program for you called our dual degree program with Kansas State University. So what you can do is you can get a degree in Bible and leadership with us, and then get a degree in whatever you want from Kansas State. And so you're going to walk away with 2 bachelor's degrees in 4 to 5 years, depending on how many college credits you come in with. And so I don't know if you've all heard of the Taylor Swift song, 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1. I'm just saying 2 degrees better than 1. Bingo, bango, bongo. Next up, I got to tell you, I don't know of any school in the country quite like Manhattan Christian College, where you've got a small Christian college right across the street from a Division I Power 5 university, and you can experience the best of both worlds. You've got a small Christian community where you're able to experience a lot of the benefits of being at a small place where people know who you are, people are checking in on you. You've got faculty and staff that care about you and know your name. And then you've also got the benefits of one of the best schools in the country in Kansas State University right across the street. Maybe you're thinking about playing sports in college. If you're thinking about playing sports, you can shoot me a message. We've got some athletic programs that I'd love to tell you about. MCC plays in the NCCAA Division II. And so that's the National Christian College Athletic Association Division II. And so we've got men and women's soccer, women's volleyball, and men and women's basketball. If you run cross country, men or women's cross country, that's a program that we're looking to add in the next year or two. And so if you're interested in that, please let me know. I'd love to get you in touch with our athletic director, Jordan Strom. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you. And so we compete, but we don't just compete, we win. So we've won 3 national championships in women's soccer. We won 2 national championships in men's soccer. We won a national championship in men's basketball. And so we don't just compete, we win. And we're very passionate about putting our best foot forward, both on and off the field. So if you're interested in playing a sport, maybe you don't want to go into ministry, maybe you don't want a degree strictly from a Christian college, that's why our dual degree program makes a lot of sense for a lot of people too. All right, 3 quick hitters for you. Last thing, if you're paying attention, please get this. Number 1, if you apply during the month of October, we will waive your application fee. Later, don't need it, because we give the people what they want. That's what we do. If you apply, we'll waive the fee in October. Number 2, we've got Thunder Thursdays Campus Visit Days that take place once a month. We'd love to have you come down, see what MCC is all about. And last but not least, we've got an event called Timothy Days for our seniors in high school, where you can interview for a scholarship that is worth over $40,000. It's awarded based on Christian character and Christian leadership. If you got any questions about that, let me know. It'll pay for 25% of your tuition your first year, 50% of tuition your second year, 75% of tuition your third year, and full tuition your senior year. Manhattan Christian College, we're the Thunder. That's our mascot. And so one thing we like to say around here is become the Thunder, change the world. So if you want to change the world, we'd love to have you come check out Manhattan Christian College. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much. So next, we will move on to Sterling College.
Hello, can you all hear me? Hopefully, we were having a little bit of technical issues, but I'm just gonna get started and hope you all can hear me. So my name's Katie O'Brien. I'm one of the admissions counselors at Sterling College. We're located in Sterling, Kansas, and I'm also an alumni. I graduated in 2018. Our assistant director of admissions, Carrie McGlynn, is also logged on. She'll be the one answering questions in the chat box. So if you have any questions during any point, just feel free to type something in and she will get back to you. The first thing I'm going to do is a quick video. It's our at a glance video, which is kind of just some quick facts about Sterling. So I'm just going to share my screen and do that first.
Hey, Katie, if there's any sound, we just aren't able to hear it right now.
Yeah, our sound is acting a little funky today.
Okay, well, just wanted to make sure you were. Great.
Okay, so sorry you weren't able to hear that. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen for our presentation. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So, like I mentioned, we are located in Sterling, Kansas, which is about an hour north of Wichita and 30 minutes north of Hutchinson, Kansas, if you're from the Kansas area. We are a really small town. If you watch Gilmore Girls, a lot of people sometimes compare it to Stars Hollow, so that's a fun little fact if you want to kind of know a little bit about us. Here at Sterling, you get a lot of opportunities, which is really great. You get a lot of chances to pursue your passions, whether that be athletics or arts. So the really great thing about going to a small school is if you're interested in both, you can do both. If you want to do theater and play baseball, you can. Like, for example, last year, the star of one of our plays was one of our star football players, which is, I think, is really cool and something that's not super common. So that's a really cool thing, is you get to pursue all your passions throughout your 4 years if that's something you're interested in. Another thing we like to focus on is community and our Christ-centeredness. Here at Sterling, one of our main focuses is being a servant leader and learning to lead like Jesus did, which is why Jesus washing the disciple Peter's feet is right in front of our main building, Cooper, just as a reminder as you walk through campus every day that we should try to lead like Jesus every day in all we do, through our classes, through our activities, through everything. Here at Sterling, we have over 80 programs of study, which is really awesome. Here are some of ours listed if you want to take a quick look. Some of our really great ones that we have are, we have business, we have athletic training. We have an awesome athletic training program. It's right here, which is actually a 3+2 accelerated track in which you get your undergrad and master's degree all at Sterling in 5 years. We also have a really great criminal justice program, and we excel in our arts programs. We have a great theater department. We put on 5 to 7 productions per year, which is really great, especially considering we are a school of smaller size, and 2 of those productions are always musicals. So if you want to be on stage, you definitely will get on stage, most likely your freshman year as well, which is something that we really take pride in, is getting our students into the program as soon as possible and on stage, or if you're a tech person, doing tech jobs as soon as possible. We also have a great music program. If you're interested in band or choir, we have lots of opportunities for that available. But yeah, another great thing about our program is our online programs, which you can see here at the bottom. We have 9 full online programs, and it's very cost-friendly. All of them are $145 per credit hour, so it's really hard to compete with those prices. So if you're looking for an online program just during this time, definitely talk to us. Ask in the chat box. Carrie, she's actually in charge of our online students, so if that's something you're interested in, feel free to ask a question. We also just completely redid our physical education center. So Gleason was redone. We got everything completely done. We got a new athletic training center, new weight room, new lobby, and we added an auxiliary gym. And so here are some pictures of all that. This is the lobby over here. Here's our weight room, and then this is the new auxiliary gym. So that's something that looks really great. They've been working on it all summer, and they've just finished up. And all of our athletes and all our non-athletes too really love it. So that's something that's really great. And also, I'd like to encourage you guys, if you're interested, you should definitely consider applying to Sterling. Our application is free, and there's no essay involved, so it doesn't take a ton of time. If you go onto our website, which is sterling.edu, you can go to the admissions tab and click apply, and you'll be led to this page right here. And if you're interested in applying for coming on campus, you'll click this one over here. And then if you are interested in that online option, you can apply for online. And so here at Sterling, we like to give really generous scholarships, whether that be in an activity like art or music, theater, or if you're an athlete, you can get athletic scholarships. But right now, our best scholarship is right here. It's the Warrior Way Scholarship. It's $17,000 per year, which is a really great percentage. It's a high percentage. Over half of tuition is covered in that scholarship. You can see the requirements right here. With your ACT, it's a 3.0 and a 22 or 1100 SAT. If you haven't had the chance to take your test, you have to have a 3.5, and then you have to either submit a personal essay or letter of recommendation. So that's definitely something that's great. And
Katie,
then last, if you're interested, you should definitely visit campus.
Great.
And that's
Thank
it.
you so much. And now we're going to move on to our last presenters for the session, coming from Baker University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Pagan. I'm an admissions counselor at Baker University. I'm just going to pull up my PowerPoint here really quick. Okay, so again, welcome. So we are in Baldwin City, Kansas. It has a population of almost 5,000 out of students. That's about 900 students. We are an established town. We're an established university. We were founded in 1858, so we're actually the first university established in Kansas, which is pretty exciting. We're about 20 minutes south of Lawrence and 50 minutes from Kansas City. So you get that small town feel for going to college, but you can go to a larger city, you know, on the weekends if you're feeling like it. So here's some of the stats that we're really, really proud of here at Baker. So Baker graduates earn the highest salaries among all Kansas graduates currently. And we have a 98.6% job in graduate school placement rate. So our students definitely are achieving quickly after graduation. We're also ranked in the top 8% of colleges nationwide. So we're ranking amongst colleges, you know, state, private, Ivy League, all those schools. So again, we're proud of that. Like I said, we have a school population of about 900 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. So you're really going to get to know your professors. You're not just going to be a number in the classroom, as well as you're really going to get to know the students that you're working with. And this, is really beneficial when it comes to, networking with alumni for internships or jobs. We have alumni who are Fortune 500 CEOs, best-selling authors, and more. So we have about 35 majors and 45 minors that are offered on campus. Some of the more popular ones are exercise science, which is an accredited program here on campus, psychology and education. We have what is called interterm. So this is a 3-week course in between the fall and the spring semester. We offer this since we are a liberal arts university. It's a way to take fun classes outside of your major and earn a few extra credits throughout your 4 years. We also have study abroad opportunities during that time. We offer study abroad for semesters, summers, whole school years. And if you can't do that because you're involved on campus through athletics or something, you can do an interterm study abroad, which is awesome. We also offer Baker Core, which is just our general ed program. It allows you to take less general ed courses and really focus on your majors sooner, as well as some pre-professional programs. So some of those listed are our more popular ones, specifically the chiropractic program. So you're going to spend 3 years here at Baker and 3 years at the chiropractic school. The engineering program, 3 years at Baker, 2 years at a list of partnering schools. Pre-nursing, specifically students who do their pre-nursing here at Baker will spend 2 years, and then typically will go to the Baker Nursing School, which is in Topeka. So it's kind of like a direct funnel almost. And then we have our pre-law program as well. So those are kind of the more popular ones. And then here are ways to get involved, outside of the classroom. So we do have 23 varsity athletic sports, and we do compete in the Heart of America Athletic Conference. So that is the NAIA. Just as well as we are performing on the field, our football team, wins conference, goes to nationals pretty much every year. Our baseball and softball team both won conference a year ago. So they're all doing really well. They also do really well in the classroom. So we do prioritize academics. So we have 87 student athletes that were named Heart of America Scholar Athletes, which is a new record for us in this past year. We also have 4 fraternities and 3 sororities on campus if you're wanting to get involved in Greek life, as well as 75 clubs and organizations. That could be anything from academic-based, faith-based, volunteer, or social. So there's something for everyone here on campus when you're wanting to get involved. And then here are some of just our requirements currently. So we're doing traditional and test optional, so both options for application. If you have a 3.0 GPA or higher and test scores, go ahead and apply as traditional. If not, you can do the test optional, which would require a letter of recommendation and a writing sample. If you're going to be turning in test scores, our ACT code is 1386. And our SAT code is 6031, so you can go ahead and submit those. Our application is free year-round. It's super easy, takes about 10 to 15 minutes. So I think that is really nice that we have a free application for you to go ahead and fill out. And then here are our current costs. It's about $30,000 to attend Baker, but we do give out financial aid that covers basically half of that. And you can get more than this. This is just kind of the average. You can get scholarships for participating in about anything on campus, whether that's athletics or theater or radio and choir. So you would just talk to your admissions counselor about kind of what you're wanting to do, or the athletic coach. And then we also have a scholarship competition day. This is going to be December 5th and February 6th this year. And you can compete to try and win up to full tuition for all 4 years. And then we're also doing individual campus visits or virtual visits. So if you go to bakeru.edu, you can sign up for a visit as well as apply. And we hope to see you guys soon. And there is some of our information for application and my contact information. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. So to our attendees today. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, we have about 5 minutes left. Feel free to put them in the Q&A box below. If not, thank you again for joining us, and you can head out of today's session. When you do close the window, there'll be a very quick 4-question survey that'll appear. If you don't mind filling that out, we'd really appreciate it. We're always looking on ways to improve our programs, so if you could do that, that would be great. And just another reminder that the recording of this session will be available in about a week's time on the website where you registered for your event today. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to our panelists for preparing today. Alrighty, so I don't see any questions just yet, but we do have a couple more minutes. I'll leave the session open for another minute or so. So if you do have any last minute questions, feel free to put them in. If not, again, you're more than welcome to head out. And if you don't mind filling out that survey today, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. Looks like there's a question for MCC in the chat. If you'd like to just answer that out loud, you can just unmute yourself and do that. Just if you could keep it quick.
Yeah, thank you. So since Manhattan Christian College has a dual degree partnership with K-State, as a student, would you attend both schools or just one and accounts for both? That's a great question. You would actually attend both schools. So how that works is there's a lot of credits that you're going to take that go towards both institutions. So for instance, you take an Old Testament history course, that'll count not only as an Old Testament class for us, but it'll count as a history course at K-State. So that's how that works. And Jessica, I'd encourage you to send me an email if you get a chance. I'll go ahead and put that in the comments. Where'd that go? I don't see it, but my email is bfield@mccs.edu. Again, that's bfield@mccs.edu. Thank you.
Hey, Ben, I just opened it again so you can type the email in quick.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you.
All righty, so that's all the time we have today. I want to say thank you again to our panelists for presenting, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Have a good night.